Hey guys, BCW Gardens here, and welcome back to the garden. So today what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take a quick look at the crops that we planted about 3-4 weeks ago. So if you guys don't remember, I'm gonna do a recap on what we planted. So on the right side, or for you guys the left side, on the right side, we have romaine lettuce. We have rows of 3 going that way, with rows of 2 of the romaine lettuce. In the middle, we have what's called a gourmet salad mix. Now, we have one variety here, and then we have some more romaine lettuce here. Now, on my left-hand side, we have Brussels sprouts. Now Brussels sprouts are really interesting, and I'm just gonna let you guys know a few things about them very quickly. Brussels sprouts are really interesting because what they do is they grow in stalks. So when you buy the Brussels sprout, that Brussels sprout actually grew on a stalk. So what it does is it grows up vertically, or sometimes crooked, depending on how it's planted and how it's growing. It grows up vertically, and on it are these what look like little pods, and the pods are the Brussels sprouts. So essentially, how you harvest them is you just cut them off. It's simple, easy as that, and I actually love growing these. I grew these a few years ago, and they grew pretty well. So on the left-hand side, we have our row of 2 and 3 of Brussels sprouts. Now, coming back over to the romaine lettuce, as you can see right here in the center, we do have lettuce that looks like it's dying, but it is okay. It's fine, because what we are actually going to do is we're actually going to take one of these. Now, this looks like it's one whole piece, but it's not. So what we're going to do, that one broke. So what we're going to do, if I can actually get it. None of these are coming off. So what you can normally do is you can actually separate them with their roots, and it's what's called thinning. So sometimes when you plant too many in one area, you have what is called when you plant too many seeds in one section, you'll get multiple of the same plant. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to thin it. So by thinning it, you're taking out the small ones and you're leaving the big, healthy ones. Now, some plants I have seen thin out themselves. I've seen it done with tomatoes, and I've seen it done with a few others. So essentially what I've been doing is, as they've been dying, I've just been pulling out the smaller ones so that I can let the bigger one grow. So these are going to be going into the compost. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to actually pull out this guy here. Now let's actually take a look on what happened. So it looks like what happened is it rotted. So what happened is root rot. So I might have to do some more research on this one. But from what I can tell and from what I know, is that sometimes what happens is if you water it too much, you can have what's called root rot. Now I'm going to be doing a full video on root rot here in about a week. But essentially, let me actually get up close to you guys and show you what happened here. So essentially what happened, if you guys can see that, is the bottom of the stalk rotted. So all of this is not good anymore. So it couldn't soak up any water or anything. But that's okay, because we have this guy right here. He has some roots attached to him right there. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to put it back in the ground where that middle one was, and we are going to water it and actually hope that it grows. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take my finger and I'm going to make about an inch deep hole. I'm going to make sure that the soil is loose so that the roots can actually get around. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cave in the soil around it. So you don't want to bury the plant all the way. You want to bury it sort of part way, and that way, and you want to make it loose. You don't want to compact it too much, because if you compact it too much, it's not going to, the roots aren't going to grow out as much. So what you want to do is you actually want to keep it a little loose. That way the roots can grow and it has room to expand. We're actually going to check the rest of these, make sure that they are all good. We have another guy right here. And another one right here. So this guy right here is actually pretty healthy. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to actually put this in a separate pot so that I can just have a little pot to grow it in. So we're actually going to do that right now. Let me grab an empty pot that I have. I'm just going to put it in one of these little ones. What I'm basically doing is I'm just sticking my thumb down so it makes an indent. Just gonna come up closer, you guys. So what I'm doing is I'm just sticking my thumb downwards so that I can make a small little indent. That way I can place in our lettuce and pack in the dirt around it. Again, I don't want to pack it too tight. I want to pack it tight enough to where the plant itself won't move, but I don't want to pack it too tight to where the roots can't grow. Okay, now that guy's packed in there, and that will be our little one that we can actually save. We'll have about seven heads of romaine lettuce to hopefully harvest at the end. So with this one, let's actually take a look. I don't see any extra plants on this one. So the important thing to do is you can either do it right when you planted seedlings. With thinning, like what I just did, is you do it as you're planting them. So when you plant your seedlings, you can't really control where the seeds go. When they grow up in rows, like if you have carrots, you're gonna have a bunch growing very close to each other, and what you do basically is you take out the weaker ones and you leave the stronger ones to grow. That way, by the end, you have nice, big, strong, healthy plants, and you've basically gotten away with the weak ones. Now, with this one, I kept it because I wanted an extra one, but that is basically it for today. I hope you guys have all enjoyed today's video. If you guys liked it, please make sure to leave a comment down below and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day and keep on gardening. Have a good day, everybody.